And we're here. So I'm really interested in this metaverse thing. Well, maybe not too interested, but let's talk about it. The metaverse. What is it? Why does it matter? Is it coming? When is it coming? We don't know. I do know why it matters. Maybe a little bit. It's my opinion. I think the metaverse is going to be just a parallel universe, man. You can bring real items into the metaverse because we're going to be able to digitize like our homes. We're going to be able to have these properties in this other virtual reality, augmented reality realm. And I'm excited to see what kind of opportunities it creates. I kind of want to, I've been looking to see like who to invest in and who may be some of the key players in bringing the metaverse to reality. And one in particular is a company called Matterport. And Matterport, they're popular right now because for real estate, they've been able to digitize homes. So real estate agents can show the homes like through an online platform, basically. So the real estate agent really never has to go to the home, or the real estate agent can go to the home, digitize the home into the app, and then show the potential buyer what they're looking at if they are not able to get there, especially if you're buying something out of state, whatever the case is, you get to see up close in detail. So I think Matterport is going to be, and they have a bunch of patents right now. So any other company that's coming in, they're going to have a hard time getting established because, that company Matterport already has so many patents, and they have pending patents as well. So I got some money in them. I'm very interested to see where they take it. But can you imagine that, bro? They for one, digitizing our physical world right now, like this globe I'm touching, this tequila I'm sipping, digitizing us, putting it into the metaverse, where the augmented reality is different than playing a video game online. When Fortnite had the Travis Scott or the Marshmello concert, people that just logged in was going to be able to share that experience together in real time. And the metaverse is going to offer that from what's out there right now that we can read. And I think it's still, some years down the road because it takes so much time, man. There's a lot of things in this world. There's a lot of people in this world, but the pros, like, I think it's going to be great for people who have a hard time leaving the house. These people that have a hard time leaving the house, man, it's detrimental to their development. And I truly feel for people that, don't want to leave the house. But having something like the metaverse, it's beautiful because they don't leave the house. That's fine. They get into the metaverse. They can go ahead and take their first steps into seeing a different reality. Even though they're already in an augmented reality, they're going to be able to process it and see it as, I went to LA. I went to Southeast Asia. I went to South America. I went to the mountains. I went to a nice jungle hike. They're going to get to see different things, which may allow them to branch out and go see it and touch it in real life, in our life, And if not, I still think it would allow their perspectives to change. You don't agree? Let me know. Go in the comment section below and let's talk, man. The benefits of the metaverse, multiverse. Kevin Hart's new show on Netflix. They got the Antiverse. It's a bunch of verses out here. And I'm also on a tequila. So Might get them mixed up time and time again, but we're all on the same page, right? Opportunities for creators. Somebody's going to have to be writing all this code, and they're going to need way more employees than they employ now at Facebook or Meta. Way more employees that they employ anywhere and everywhere. This thing is going to branch off a bunch of opportunities. So I want to open it with an open mind, and I want to open up the metaverse with neutral expectations and just see how it goes. Like, go with the flow. I don't want anybody, no one should be scared. It's change, and especially the way the world has been now, we've constantly just been changing over and over. We've been changing. Nothing is the same from our childhood. We probably have the most rapid change of any generation. If you were born in the 90s, you went from the brick phone from Nokia to the iPhone, which is everything. It's our digital fingerprint. It's our digital base of who we are. And you've adapted to that well. You've adapted to, we had AOL, now we have fiber optic, high-speed internet, and we got all these things, man. We got internet in our cars, we got Wi-Fi in our trucks, we got all of this stuff. So the metaverse shouldn't be anything that's too hard to adapt to. But to be able to spin this globe like this and randomly say, I want to go to Vietnam. Haven't been there. Let's check it out. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Now, unfortunately for me, I'm trying to go to North Sentinel Island, but we all know that's a no-go. And I doubt, that's going to be digitized by Matterport. They're not going to, they're not going to digitize that. You can't get there. The locals aren't too friendly, but to be able to actually go somewhere before you travel somewhere is like what I love about it. So if I'm curious about traveling to Sri Lanka or Madagascar in a certain time of the year, you think they have to. They got to digitize the weather patterns there. They got to. It has to. I hope they get it there, in a timely manner. But if I, want to go somewhere in Indonesia, you never know what time of the year to travel in. And the worst case, man, is you get somewhere beautiful, but you're there in that rainy week. You took 6 days off. You get off the plane. It's raining the whole damn week. You got to come back home. You tell everybody, oh, how was Bali? You got to lie. Oh, Bali was beautiful. Yeah. But, you're telling them this. You ain't showing them no pictures. You just showing them pictures of the room because it's a fucking monsoon outside. You can't even enjoy the weather. Everything was humid and hot and sticky. It's raining all the damn time. That's what I would use the metaverse for. If I want to kind of go somewhere, I got it projected about a month, 2 months out. Let me see what the climate is out there, and maybe you get to see what type of people are there in the metaverse, to see what kind of energies you're going for, to see what kind of food spots you should hit up. This will give companies a great way to advertise, digitally. If I'm a restaurant, I'm looking up right now, how am I going to get my virtual marketing together? And there's going to be so many opportunities for young market majors to come in there, and a lot of internships. It's filled with potential. It's filled with potential opportunities. It's filled with concrete opportunities once it manifests itself in reality. But go to Sri Lanka, you're home in, Montana, Georgia, Idaho. You're sitting at home. You want to go to Sri Lanka. You got your pamphlet out. You getting ready to book the trip. You're trying to see what area do you want to get your room in? What area do you want to be in a big city, or do you want to be in this gym here that you just discovered because of the metaverse? You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking forward to. You get to see how the clubs are looking. What's the nightlife like? You'll be able to go there in real time to see what those citizens in those areas are really doing there. it's amazing. I'm excited to see what it is. You know, I talked to a few people and they had mixed views about it. And I had mixed views too until I was just like, you know, you got to come into this with an open mind, man. We can't be that generation that hides away and turns into the generations of old who stuck in their ways. You know, I do not want to be stuck in my ways. I want to continue to be a simple, understanding person with an open heart, open mind. And, you know, that's what this platform for me is really for, you know, to have these conversations that I don't get to have with regular people. I'm a real closed off person, you know, don't have many friends, and I'm a family man, but I'm not really a people person. You know, people's energies kind of drain me when I hear about all the complaining. I hear about all the woe is me. It just makes me want to go back home, do some push-ups, go for a run, work on one of my YouTube channels, and like kill the time of the day like that. Because, you know, the fact that so many people complain about this and that, maybe the metaverse will be able to take their minds off those non-important social stressors, you know, that makes so many people complain. We just came off of, you know, Thanksgiving break, and I'm asking people at work, you know, oh, how was your break? And, you know, people, oh, it's good. And then they go into complaining. And it's, why are you complaining? You know, was the food bad? And they're like, well, it could have been, you know, could have been better. Or they had more fun at the Friendsgiving than they did at the Thanksgiving. And it's like, who do you blame at that point? You know? Because I know for me personally, I cannot hide a disgruntled mood, especially at home with my lady. At work, it's fine because I'm a solid worker, but I'm quiet. And when I get annoyed, I'm quiet. So when I'm annoyed at work, they're just like, oh yeah, Nate is regular. You know, it is what it is. Nothing out the ordinary. But at home, if I'm quiet, it's an issue. And that's what this platform was for. I wanted to be able to bring out my growing conversation skills on this anonymous, basically, you know, nice platform than venting on my regular social media handles or anything like that. Because, you know, I just want to get stuff out there. I want to get stuff off my chest. I want to have it out there. I do want to have it out there. And I do want to create good content. So you know, let me have a talk show in the metaverse. You know, here on regular Earth, I have my podcast that's, you know, streaming on Spotify, Apple Music, Google, anywhere you get podcasts. My podcast is out there, The Air Podcast with Nate Grimes. Hello, how you doing? Sip some tequila with me. Cheers. But in the metaverse, it might be late night with Nate. Understand me? And we can have some guests come in, you know, and that's the beauty of the opportunity. You know, people you make friends with online, you got something. We can have shows. We can have all of these things that go into the metaverse that can monetize into the real world. And that's the beauty of having opportunity. That's the beauty of this new thing that's coming out, you know, because right now, you know, when we do the side-by-side interviews, it looks choppy, and both parties have to have solid software. Both parties have to have solid hardware. You know, you got to have a good mic, or you need that third party who's a engineer to make sure the sounds are going well, you know, a good producer, this and that. So the metaverse, it gives you the opportunity to be able to, just how Buzzsprout, which is a platform for podcast and hosting podcasts, they have this thing called magic mastering. That's why I sound so clear when I'm talking to you. Yeah, I got the Chaotica. Yeah, I got, you know, a real good condenser mic. But still, it would sound different if I didn't have that magic mastering. Because I'm not skilled at producing. I'm not skilled at engineering or mixing or mastering. So me mastering my vocals and taking out dead space and other things that help make it a little bit more crisp. It's not the high end, state of the art quality, but it's so good and well when you listen to it in the car. When y'all listen to me in y'all car, it sounds professional, right? So in the metaverse, if we're having this talk, we don't need to have that same software because that magic mastering can be in that metaverse code for what we're doing with the podcast button or the conversation interview, whatever the case will be. But if it is how they're, saying it, how it's being talked about, right? Why not? Look at all things it can do for you. The amount of people you can now reach, you can now see which demographics that you should really target because which demographic is really more your speed. You have no idea what people in London are doing in this certain area, in this certain town. They might be right on the same wavelength and burning on the same frequency as you and your crew of friends are. But you guys have no idea you exist until the metaverse comes, right? And I think that's what's so beneficial about it. Hit us up in the comment section. Let us know what you think about the metaverse. You weary of it? You excited for it? You looking to invest in certain key players that are going to make this thing come to life? I sure am. And if you have any expertise, advice on investing, I'm always listening to people talk about investing. I try to gather as much information as I can, but it's daunting. I'm very busy myself and still at the same time not busy enough. Last time we talked about self-accountability, and that's kind of, we can touch on that real quick. For me, I wanted to be a little bit more self-accountable. I wake up at 3, try to be out the house 3:15. Sometimes I'm out the house 3:45 to get my morning run in, get my morning pull-ups, my morning push-ups, my morning leg tucks, just to go to work for a full, I got a full-time job, Monday through Friday, come home, spend time with my family, work on this podcast, work on my other YouTube channel, try to grow. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to make this quality content, break it up a little bit. It's probably boring just sitting there looking at me, looking at you, talking to me, talking to you, right? So we want to break it up a little bit. We learning, taking steps to become better as an entertainment brand, and we're going to get there, Goals are, get monetized. Goals are have this be a real platform where we're truly interacting with each other on a daily basis through these social media platforms, right? Before the metaverse. And with that, become better people. But where my self-accountability falls is I fail myself a lot. It's a voice in my head that has all these great ideas, when, I've already woken up, I've ran, I've worked a full day, I'm now coming home, and I kind of got off a little early. So coming home and it's telling me, oh, you got time to go run. And I kind of quiet out that voice. I need to start listening to that voice to become better, because this 2021, I've had a huge spike in productivity. I've had a huge spike in new activities I'm involved in. But now that honeymoon phase is over, I'm at this plateau phase where the things I'm involved with, working out, training for a marathon, this podcast, YouTube, another YouTube channel, aspiring, getting ready to go back to school and further my education, becoming a real reader. All these handful of things I've took on in 2021. Now I'm just plateauing with them, right? I'm at this base and I'm feeling like I'm leaving so much on the table, which I gotta make it feel like I'm giving it my all. So I just started from so low. I started from nothing, from just thinking to myself that a full-time job is enough. And if you think a full-time job is enough, I want to change your perspective. I want you to know that you have more in you, and it's endless. I thought if you would have told me in 2020 that I was going to be doing the things I'm doing in 2021, I would have told you I don't have time because I have a full-time job. I would have looked at you dead in the face and said, there's no way I can do a podcast YouTube, another YouTube channel, work out in the morning, train for a marathon, go to different, get certified in different things within my job and do all these things. On top of that, taking a new seat in my job, which not getting paid for, but it's more responsibility. I would have told you there's no way I have time. I would have told you there's no way I have time to take a new seat at my job for a position I'm not getting paid for with more responsibility. I would have told you that. But now, we 11 months in 2021, and I feel like I'm leaving stuff on the table, and I'm involved in so many more things. So my self-accountability is to, capitalize and execute a little bit more on the things that I'm getting into. And I want y'all to come with me and add things like that with you, because you won't believe how contagious it is. My lady's in the same boat with me. We both thought we got a full-time job. It's no way, this and that. And you're going to fail. You're going to fail in different things, but I'm in love with the grind. I'm in love with the process. I enjoy it. And all these things that I'm involved in, I still have so much dead time, which is why I feel like I'm leaving things on the table. My wife is doing amazing things and challenging herself, accepting that failure to learn from it. So think about that through the week. Keep it with you. I know I think about it every single day of how much harder I could have went, how much more I could have given. So with that being said, great talk. This is the Air Podcast with an X, not a C. I'm your host, Nate Grimes. Talk to you soon.